Okay, hello there, I'm Dennis. Welcome to my channel, Life, Home, and My Linux Journeys. In this journey, we're going to look at Bodhi Linux. Bodhi Linux is listed on DistroWatch as being based on Debian slash Ubuntu. And it's been around a little while. I remember that the Biddle did a distro challenge one time and they used Bodhi Linux. I remember looking at it then and I thought the wallpaper was beautiful. But I don't remember a whole lot about it. I was I don't know if news is the right word, I was naive as to what to look for in a distribution. So let's go over to my desktop now. So on my desktop here, we got it. This is bodhilinux.com. If you go to DistroWatch and look them up, you can see that it says Debian Ubuntu. And it comes with the Moshka desktop, or in parentheses, Enlightenment. So back to their desktop here. When I was setting this up in the VirtualBox, I set it up originally as based on Debian, and I'm not sure this would have mattered at all, but if you look down here at their new news, it says, or Bodhi news, it says the Bodhi team is thrilled to announce the long-awaited release of Bodhi Linux 7.0, built on the Ubuntu LTS Jammy Jellyfish. So when I set it up in VirtualBox, I set it up as using Ubuntu right here. So you can read about them here. It's really a pleasant website. It's simple, but with a lot of leads. So if you read something that's interesting, you can open it up and see Bodhi Linux wiki. So it's in its simplicity, it's very nice. If you click on the download link, it'll come here, and you'll see where you got different options now. You got the standard release, the HWE or hardware enablement, and you got S76 based on standard with bleeding edge kernel, and each one of these has a more info tag on it. So this right here, I clicked on that opens up here, and it says the standard. The overview is the article describes the difference between Bodhi Linux images to help you decide which one is best suited for your needs. And the standard one here says Bodhi Linux Standard. This is the platform standard for desktop and workstation computers, which is what I'm using it for, created in the last decade, which they are. If your processor is capable of 64-bit operating system, they don't support 32-bit no more, I don't think, here. Approximately 1.3 gigabyte download. It was 1.2 and probably some megs or something like that. It gives you a list of the software that's going to be installed, terminology for the terminal, Chromium web browser, Thunar, LeafPad, ePhoto, ARander, not XRander, but ARander, web browser manager, which is pretty nice. We'll look at that real quick. In Grandpa, a file archiver, Paybook control, so you got audio going to work more than likely right out of the box. GNOME language selector and Synaptic package manager. They do have their own package manager. It's not listed here. So let's bring up my VirtualBox and we'll get it started. So I got it set up with 6 gigabytes of RAM. Give it 2 cores my processor and have enabled the EFI. And I'm using the stock VM SVGA terminal video driver. Let's start this up. Try a Bodhi. And once we get right into the actual installation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be quiet, and I'll cut it at that point and go to where the actual reboot's about to take place, cut it, and then speed all that up so we don't have to sit down or watch the installer unless there's something interested in it. Now, if there's something interesting in this installer, I'll be sure to point it out. Okay, so first option here, we're going to need to select our language, select our keyboard, which you see got quite a selection, but it correctly selected English. Moksha. Here we go. Now it did say we had ARander. Let's see, let's do something. Up here, go to outputs, virtual one, resolution. Let's stay with, see, the other video driver has 16 by 9. Let's go to 14, press enter. We'll use this for now. And the installer is on the desktop, so before we go through anything, let's get this started. I see a clock, a watch. Okay, let's see something here. Ubiquity installer. Okay, not Calamaris. So at this point, I'm probably just going to speed right through this. Here's an interesting point. You could download the updates while you're installing, which is what I would recommend if you're on anything really. I would recommend doing that. But on real hardware, I would install the third-party software, the codecs and some transcoders and other things that you may need to even watch video or YouTube. So on real hardware, I would definitely click that. So let's go. So let's go ahead and look at their menu while this is installing. It says it's almost finished copying the files, then it will install them. So the partitioning went okay. So in the menu, at the top of it here, we got applications, accessories, the Ngrappa Archive Manager, and LeafPad. We read that on their website. Language support and monitor settings. This is where you would go to adjust your resolution. Under graphics, we got ePhoto, which is not necessarily, I don't think it's a photo editor, but it's more of a viewer. Under internet, we had this browser manager as well as Chromium. We read that. Here you can select, you got 10 options. You can uninstall Chromium, and you got 9 other options there. From Firefox to WaterFox. Close that out. That's a nice option, but my sort of feeling is once I get the web browser installed, do I even need this software anymore on my system? Not sure. So anyway, we got sound and video. We know we got pulse audio, volume control, but we have nothing to play it with, nothing to actually listen to music right away. So you'll have to install that, which they based this on a minimal installation, so that's actually a good thing. Install Bodhi Linux. Hopefully that will disappear. Here's their App Center and the Synaptic Package Manager. The Synaptic Package Manager we saw on the website, but they didn't mention under that ISO. It didn't mention under the ISO information about Bodhi App Center, but they do have one. So that's 2 graphical ways to get packages, and you have sudo apt. Advanced Network, bulk rename, gparted. Now, I don't know if that's going to stay there or not, but that's a fairly nice addition. Terminology, which is their terminal, and the Thunar file manager. So very limited on your applications that you get, but you do have enough to get started, and that's nice. Places, that would be your file browsers. A quick launcher. Now, if you open that up, let's see if it'll open up. Yep. Select different things. It's sort of like a application finder. I mean, it's basically a menu, it looks like. Take a screenshot. That's got its own little menu there. About the operating system. Let's see what that says here about Bodhi. 7.0.0 or 0. A little scrolling thing here. Close that out. Under settings panel, which I looked through this, and this is very, very extensive. One thing I don't like is they don't give you the little angle there to tell you got it, but you can see the pulsating deal that tells you do have it. So you can change your wallpaper if there had any, but there's none on here at this point. Oh, the installer is done. Let's restart. And it's going to remove the ISO. We'll make sure of that right here. Yep, it's gone. It's not going to remember the resolution either. Okay, nice login screen. Oop, I didn't look and see if we had any other options. Let me just log out. We got keyboard, power off, onboard high contrast screen reader, and that's our only option at this point anyway, with the default system. Make that resolution a little bigger here. I have to go by 14.9. Press enter. Close that back out. All right, we get no welcome screen. That's okay. Over here, this represents your different workspaces. All right, so this would be workspace 1. I guess that's the default. We got our volume down at the bottom here. No indication that it's actually playing. And with nothing to play it with. Is this an updater? Notification? Clippy? Some sort of clip. Note taker? Thunar file manager? Now, one little thing here that's in my way is you can see when I touch one of the icons here in the quick launch, I immediately get a description, and the description that gets in the way really of everything else. But over here, you don't see that. I'm not getting any indication of what these are, notifications of what they are in the systems tray like I am here. So Thunar, you got Thunar File Manager. Everything's green. Terminology. We got the Linux 5.15.078 current kernel. Bet that's not installed, but can be installed. Let's go ahead and install it. I wonder what them little arrows mean. Let's go ahead. HTOP's not here either, so let's install that. Give it my password. Oh. All right. Sudo apt update and sudo apt install neofetch and htop. This would be like if you was in Arch, you would have to run sudo pacman syy before you are able to change, say, your pacman.conf file. So this would bring in the updates and also install neofetch. Let's go back to their menu under settings, I believe is where we was at. Let's look at this, see if anything changed. Nope, nope, nope. Same. Places, same. Quick launcher, take screenshot about the operating system. We do have neofetch there. You can restart Moksha if you do something like icons or something that would require you to reboot. I think you can restart right here a bunch of the times anyway. Settings panel, presentation, gadgets, modules, shells, key bindings. Wonder if that's a list of all their key bindings. Let's look at their wallpaper. They don't have any, just the one, which is pretty nice in itself. Key bindings, try. Yeah, okay, there we go. Control-Alt-T, no terminal. Control-Alt, insert. Control-Alt, insert. Okay, I know where that's at. Let's see. Control-Alt, insert. Haha, it works. I might would change that just from habit. Let's see. Neofetch. Htop. Real low on the memory right there. Look at that, 310 megs. Not bad. Bodhi 7.0, set up in a virtual box. 1440 by 900 Enlightenment Moksha Green. Let's open up that settings panel. This thing is very extensive. And there we have to kind of, we don't get to see the corner. They got their own little, or their own way of doing that. Under look, we got wallpaper, Moksha theme, application theme. You can icons and GTK stuff, colors, fonts, borders, transitions, scaling, and startup. This is stuff that's be running at startup. Applications, personal app launchers, favorite applications. See what I mean? This is extensive. Desktop environment, apps, screen, blanking, screen lock, input, mouse, keyboard, touch screen, Windows. This would be what we're looking at, a window. Menu, configuration, menu settings. You can tell it what to show you. I don't know if you could add anything. I'm assuming you could. Language, you could change your language if you move somewhere where they spoke something else. Power management, performance. What that does. 60 feet per second. Files, launcher, settings, profiles, dialogues, extensions. Different extensions, screenshot settings. Under preferences, right here would be the monitor setting that we just changed. Pulse audio, removable drive and media. System, Synaptic Package Manager. If I open that up, it'll have to sync, I do believe. Where was that? Right here, Bodhi App Center. Where was that Bodhi App Center? Again, real tough to find the... I don't think I did it. There we go. Wow. Okay, this is kind of a, to me, this is kind of a negative about Bodhi. You open up their App Center and it takes you to a web page. Might as well leave it like that. Sorry for the brightness. And here you can select applications. Let's see. Games. All right. Install. Allow. Yes. And do it now. Thanks. To me, I don't know. This seems like an avenue for a hacker to gain access without you knowing it. I mean, I don't know that to be a fact, but it just seems like that to me. Oh, it's still in. I hope I didn't mess it up. I guess I didn't. I thought it was finished. It's not that it's a bad way. I just don't have a good feeling about it. If I can find it through the terminology, then I'm gonna do it that way, or Synaptic possibly. But considering it's based on Debian and Ubuntu, most anything you can imagine would be available, I do believe. I didn't read anything about any kind of proprietary software or limits on software. I didn't get a category. There we go. Open it up and it works. And sound works. Nice. So, I mean, you saw I did neofetch and htop through the terminal, and then we did use their Bodhi App Center and got IO right. I mean, what else could we do here? It's very simple, but like they said, it's very customizable. When you get right in here and you're going to get lost for a while, I would think. Unless you already know where all this stuff is anyway. So anyway, let me power this off. System, power off. Thank you. Close out of my virtual box. Go back to the desk main window here. All right, well, that was Bodhi Linux based on Debian and Ubuntu. The website says that it's really built on Ubuntu, so I guess it's alphabetical, Debian and Ubuntu. I'm not sure, but it seems really nice, and even though green's not my favorite color, it's definitely a color. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's Bodhi Linux, and I think I'm going to keep it installed in this virtual box and keep it up to date, see what happens with it. Thanks very much, guys, for watching. I'll catch you on another video. Peace out. Bye.